Today, Timo and I are going to talk about some stuff. Sorry, I had a phone call right here. Some things from our journey, where we were, where we are now. Timo is doing his second ever live, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to ask him a few questions about that. But we'll start with asking Timo, how are you? What are you doing right now? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Timo Mason. What I specify in Substack is I help people that are into their 9 to 5 to work their Substack, to grow their Substack, and at the end to monetize their Substack so they can leave their 9 to 5 and do whatever they want with their Substack. And I'm doing all of that while I'm traveling through Southeast Asia. So right now I'm in Bangkok. Before that, I was in Vietnam. I will be here for 1 more month and then I go back to Germany and then I will probably go to Vietnam, but we will see all about that. And I'm very good.
You have a little bit of weird sound from your microphone.
You think it's from this?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's the laptop. Can you try to move it and see if it's the problem? We don't hear anything. A little live problems happens. Nothing.
Now you
Or
hear me.
now I hear you.
Yeah, now my sound is over the MacBook. So we stay with this, I guess.
It's very good, by the way. The sound, the quality is all the same.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. I guess my 90 euros were not well invested into this microphone. I don't know.
Maybe you need to figure something out with the settings. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you heard anything, or did it just break down at one point?
So you told us that you were in Vietnam. Now you're in Bangkok. You're going back to Germany in 30 days.
Yes, exactly. That's where I'm at right now. And in case of how I am doing, how I'm feeling, I'm good. And how about you, Orel?
I'm very good. Tell us a little bit about how are you doing? How's your business? I mean,
Um,
it's the first time I'm live with you. We talked about it before, and you said you don't go live. So I want to hear a little bit about you, and then I'll share about myself.
yeah, sure. So first to that the people know where I'm coming from. I originally started with Twitter like a year ago. And the thing is, actually before Twitter, I did Instagram. So I was into videos, I was into showing my face. And then I started off with digital products, specifically like Notion templates, and had a coach back then. And like he forced me to go from Instagram to Twitter because most people that were like marketing Notion templates, they were on Twitter. And I was like, no, I want to do video. I want to show my face. I don't want to express myself through writing. But then like he forced me in a good way to go on Twitter. So then I went like all in writing. I learned to do how to do tweets, how to do threads, and it went really well. Like I had a good growth and a lot of success on Twitter. I wrote like one story about the Bali Mafia one time. It got like 5 million views.
Oh, I
So it
think I
went,
saw that. You know,
yeah,
the Bali
also,
Mafia. Yeah, yeah.
and like the success was really nice. But the thing is, when I posted the story, I was still in Bali. So I was like very, very paranoid because I knew, okay, the Bali Mafia, they saw that I talked about them. So I was like super paranoid. That's like the story. And at the end, nothing happened. Like I'm still
Nobody came after you.
no, nobody came after me. I was
Okay.
very happy of that. But yeah, and that just was like my Twitter era. And I had like these viral moments and a lot of growth. And also I built a lot of products for Twitter and had the success. But at the end, I noticed Twitter is a very is a social media that's not built for like building a real foundation and like long lasting success. Like you really have to go viral and viral again to really get eyes on you and to also convert these eyes into customers. And then I heard a lot of subs about Substack and specifically of Fernie. So I checked it out and then I realized something that I don't think that many people talk about it. Like how I frame it, there's one specific difference between Substack and other social medias in my comparison, Twitter. The thing is, on Twitter, you farm followers, but followers, they don't give you anything. And also the algorithm doesn't care about your followers when you post a new tweet. But on Substack, instead of followers, they also have followers, but mainly you focus on email subscribers instead of followers. And it's just 1,000 times more valuable because on the one side, uh, people that read emails, they just they the chance that they buy something is way more likely from the email than from just social media content. And on the other side, if you think more long term, when
Mhm.
one day maybe Substack is not the best platform to grow anymore, you can take all your email subscribers and move to a different platform. And when I realized this, I guess like in my first few weeks of Substack, I went like all in and stopped all my Twitter stuff and started to go all in Substack in case of the whole business development of like building products, and also in case of the effort and energy to put into Substack content. And now I'm here with Orel in my second life.
That's great. That's honestly, it's a great decision that you made, because not only that, if something happens and you put out bad content, or content that breaks terms of service or something like that, Twitter can just either shadow ban you or ban you, and they just control your traffic. But when you have the emails, you can contact them whenever you want, right? Nobody stops you. So yeah, that's a great benefit of Substack. They give you both the Twitter part of things, like the feed, the notes, and then they also give you those emails, that valuable emails. So it's everything in one platform. I really love that. I also when I started, I was on YouTube. I have like 30 videos that I published, and then I moved. I was also on LinkedIn a little bit, and then I moved to Twitter, and then I moved to Substack. And yeah, I the only platform that I really invested into is Substack because of these reasons. And so
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with you.
there's one thing that I think about that maybe was easier or more straightforward in Twitter. I will ask you if you have like experience with that. But one thing that was really nice on Twitter was the way you could give out freebies or like just free content or free products. There was like the content format of giveaway. You just posted something and said like, hey, comment the word uh, Apple, and I would send it to you into the DMs. And that was one really nice and simple forward way to get like traction and at the end also email subscribers on Twitter. And that's one content format that's not really on Substack. Like I saw one giveaway, it went really well from Nicholas Cole, where he gave
Same.
away his 2 books for free.
Yeah.
But after, but that was just like the one occurrence. And besides that, there doesn't really seem to be a giveaway content format on Substack. And here's what I'm asking you to have. Do you have like experience? Do you use this funnel of giving a product away for free? So people maybe jump on your SaaS, and have you tried that out, or you don't have any experience with that?
So I don't have experience specifically with putting out a note and then like telling someone to write something, and I'll send them a freebie. But they do give everything that I have for free: workshops, knowledge, PDFs, whatever I have. I just give it away for free. My only goal is to get first goal is to get people to see my profile, because on my profile I have my banner and my bio that I talk about WriteStack, and 30% of all the subscriptions came from my bio. So people click the link on the bio and then subscribe. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, to get people into that into the profile. So I give everything that I have for free. So yeah.
But I mean, at which part do you do it? I know most people, what they do is they put it into the welcome email. So they say, subscribe to the newsletter and you get this product for free. You do it like this or differently?
Yeah, so I put it in my welcome email. I put it in my footer. So whenever I send an email, in the footer, I talk about WriteStack. Um, and I think that's where I share, or maybe in notes. Sometimes in notes, I talk about WriteStack. I try to write about WriteStack at least once or twice a day. And then sometimes I also add a link to WriteStack. Um, so yeah, that's how I'm getting people to WriteStack. That's how I'm getting traffic through content.
Yeah. And I mean, this definitely works. And especially if you just have one type of freebie, or you have just free content that directs into one type of paid solution, then it works really well. But if you think about segmentation, it's generally harder to do segmentation like through having a lead magnet and then having a paid offer. But now imagine you have two different lead magnets for two different types of products.
Mhm.
Then then there's like limitation because then you can't segment the people or like subscribers you get because you just have one welcome email, and then you have to have more advanced solutions. And on Twitter, it was basically okay. I have a I have a free product for Twitter growth, and everybody that gets this free lead magnet, I just send it to them on Twitter. And everybody that gets this Twitter growth lead magnet, I will try to sell them a Twitter growth paid product. And then the next day, I could just make a giveaway for a LinkedIn growth lead magnet, for example, and then get all the people that are interested in LinkedIn growth, the lead magnet, and sell them a LinkedIn growth paid product. And this way, it was really easy to segment the customers. And I guess if the giveaway content format doesn't work on Substack, that could be a certain challenge if you as a creator want to segment your potential customers or even just readers into different areas, right?
Yeah. So Substack don't make it easy for people to sell stuff. Like they don't want, and I understand what they're doing. They don't want people to sell things that are outside of their platform. They want people to sell subscriptions because then they get money. So it makes sense for them not to help us creators who have products outside of Substack uh, to not help us promote it, right? To not make life easy for us. On the other hand, it makes other people, bigger creators, not want to join Substack for these reasons. It's hard. You don't have an API. You can, like on Twitter, what I like on Twitter is that you can write your note or your tweet, and then in the first comment, you can promote something, and then it shows together, right? And it's just so much better, more visibility. That's something you cannot do on Substack. Also on Substack, and that's something that I personally like. You cannot send more than 10 DMs every day, like more than 10 um, uh, DM requests per day, right? So you're not getting you can't spam and you cannot get spammed.
I didn't know that. That's something new.
Yeah, yeah. So you cannot just batch DM and send 100 no direct messages to people.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why you don't see crap in your inbox. Like on Twitter, I have I think hundreds of messages, and I'm a small creator there, but I have a lot of spam, a lot.
Yeah, like DM outreach is definitely a strategy. I mean, it also works in some sense. I guess it also works on Substack, but yeah, there's no spam here. I guess it's a very smart way to prevent spam. I mean, in general, there's not that much spam in Substack compared to Twitter, and the more Substack will grow, the more spam will be here. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's a smart solution, and you teach me something new. Thank you so much. Or
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of limitations that Substack put to prevent people from spamming and creating just low value stuff, right? So yeah. Um, One more thing that they added. So before, like, let's say a year ago, maybe less, you could send your notes from a cloud computer, right? So if you just had your cookie, you could easily send direct messages and comments, not direct messages, comments and notes from the cloud. And someone abused it and they just blocked it. They added a bot detector, and now you cannot send notes from a cloud computer.
I mean, that's the tool. But you mean the end result is just that you can basically schedule your notes, or what's the actual result of being able to do it from a cloud computer?
Uh, right now, you have to leave your computer running and Chrome running for the extension to send your notes. But back then, I could just do it for you on the cloud. Like that's how WriteStack started. I sent notes on the cloud.
Ah, okay, makes sense. But
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, since I started Substack 4, 5, 6 months ago, I think I always had you. I always saw your account and I thought about your SaaS and I thought about it's really nice. But I also thought about it. I mean, I don't understand why Substack doesn't have a note scheduler. And maybe that's something that comes in the future, you know? Like
Yeah, that
they,
would be great.
yeah,
Yeah, that would
like
be
that,
great for people and for WriteStack.
yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, do you have any knowledge of behind maybe like a reason why they won't do it, or is it just that their priority isn't that?
So first, their priority is not that. Okay, they have a lot of things that they're trying to accomplish, and their general platform. The idea is good, but the execution is not so good on the sides of the UI and the UX. It's awful, and I think they have a lot of things that are trying to improve there and to get more creators on board. But I heard that they have plans to add scheduling and that some people, some creators already have access to a beta feature of scheduling notes. I'm not sure if it's right. That's the rumors that I heard, but I hope it's true. I really hope it does come out.
Nice. I mean, I don't know how much you went into like the native scheduler, but actually right now I'm working on my next product, which is just like a Notion template, like a content management system for Substack. So actually I'm just like in the middle of writing the email launch sequence. So I also just looked into the competitors of like my Notion template, and just the basic competitor of my Notion content management system is the native Substack scheduler, right? So I
Hmm.
just looked into the native Substack scheduler, and I mean, the one thing we just talked about that's like not working out is you can't put your notes anywhere. And then the basic native Substack scheduler is just you have three tabs. You have idea, you have scheduled, and you have published. So if you want to have a very nice content calendar overview, you don't have that. You don't have any place for your ideas. So yeah, I definitely see a lot of limitation in the native uh, way for creators to manage their Substack content there. Like for me, it's
Hmm.
nice. I just build a better solution. But in generally, if Substack wants to attract more creators, I personally see the most potential in the internal management for creators, how they can
It won't.
manage their.
It won't happen for Notes. It didn't happen on any other platform, and I don't think it's going to happen on WriteStack on Substack. But if you want an idea for a product that could work, is an extension that is an overlay on Substack that gives users a better UI, better experience. I mean,
I
because
don't
right
know
now
what you mean that you have to give me examples for that.
you're writing code.
No?
Ah, okay, so never mind. I thought you were writing code. Okay, so forget that.
No, but it still sounds interesting. But just give me like the basic idea of what you just said of your one sentence pitch.
Yeah, so like for example, what I added to WriteStack recently is a activity center. I call it. It's a notification center, but it's streamlined. It's easy to reply to people. It's easy to see which comment is related to which note, and everything is very very clear. All right, and I mean that's the number one growing feature on WriteStack. People use it a lot. And so I implemented that fix to the notification center on WriteStack, but there are so many other things that are annoying. Like, for example, one thing is the articles, right? So if you have like 100 drafts, you'll keep having more and more because it's annoying to delete them. Right? If you want to delete one draft, you need to click the three dots, then click delete, and then I think you need to approve that, and then it reloads the entire section, and then it takes like 4 seconds to remove one draft. And so you won't go through them one by one and remove everything. So that's one thing that you can improve with an extension.
Yeah,
And there are
makes sense.
so many more things that are annoying on Substack that you can just easily improve, right? And just for a few bucks to sell to people this extension that does that for them. So, for example, for this, a solution would be to add a checkbox next to each of the rows, and then they can mark all the articles that they want to delete, delete, boom.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
in the summary, you have no lack of potential ideas to what to implement into WriteStack.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do it on WriteStack one day. Right now, I have a lot of features, and it's working well. Um, but yeah, maybe one day. But that could be a good idea for you because you put it natively on Substack. You don't need to have a platform like WriteStack. You can just download the extension. The extension just adds UI on top of the Substack current UI. Like for example, WriteStack gives you the option to add emojis in your notes and in your comments, and Substack doesn't have that. You need to look for it online, or if you're on the phone, you'll have it in your keyboard. But WriteStack extension gives you that, and it also gives you an option, a button on Substack to save notes or comments that you liked into your drafts. So things like that can really be a great improvement.
Yeah, I mean, we not just talked about all the features that are potentially missing, but now I want to switch to something that they just added because you told me yesterday you were very excited about the OBS feature. And
Yeah,
I mean, I also used OBS in the past, and I know you can do so many things with it. But did you already thought about some interesting use cases, how you could use OBS now for the live stream? Like, what are the
definitely.
you had since yesterday?
Yeah, definitely. So one thing that I want to do, one thing that I did is run a workshop for WriteStack. And so I needed to tell people about it before, then send a link to Zoom and then like run the whole thing through there. But if I can just run a live and show everybody what WriteStack is right from Substack, that would be awesome. And I can do it now. So yeah, I can just start a live, show WriteStack, just like that.
And you just did the masterclass, right?
I just what?
That you showed how WriteStack works. You mean you already did this?
Yeah,
You
workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, you already did the workshop? Like, I've
On
because I also saw it that you announced it.
yeah, I already did it like last Thursday.
So I guess it was not the best timing if now you could just do a stream. But I guess it's
Yes,
something you can do again and again.
right, right. I will do it again and again. I was thinking about doing it even weekly.
Yeah, because I just know uh, from Write, Build, Scale, CNEM, that she does her workshop every few months or so. Because I remember when I started with Substack, I looked into all the growth workshops just to get the basics right. And I saw their workshop. I think I didn't even saw it on Substack. I just went on YouTube and looked for like Substack growth and whatever, just to get like the basics right and see what's different from Twitter to Substack. And then I found their workshop, which was like from 2024. And then I went into Substack and I saw like another workshop again. And I just realized, okay, they do this exact same workshop just every 3 months, which is very interesting.
This is another great idea to get traffic. By the way, a lot of people will come from Twitter to Substack at one point, so you can make videos about what's the difference between Twitter and Substack. Um, why? I mean, a Substack growth guide and stuff like that on YouTube
Yeah. And I
to
mean,
get
another
traffic.
thing, I mean, all these platforms are like related because they're all writing based. Like when I came to Substack, I had to figure out the platform, but I already had like some fun foundation on how to write. And the same counts for LinkedIn. Like when I was on Twitter, I already had like products for LinkedIn and made money through LinkedIn products, even though I was on Twitter. And it actually worked really well. Like you're on Twitter, but you can talk about LinkedIn. And a lot of people that are on LinkedIn are also on Twitter. And a similar thing I see on Substack. Like I only saw it once, but I saw like I think a LinkedIn growth guide or whatever as like an and Substack article. And
Yeah, I
because it's
think Melanie Goodman is selling LinkedIn growth stuff.
yeah. So and I saw that it was working really well because
Mhm.
of course at one point I thought just to use all my Twitter expertise and talk about like Twitter on Substack. And I did that in the beginning, but I just was repurposing all my Twitter content onto Substack. It
Yeah.
was not like real articles. It was just like threads I wrote on Twitter about Twitter growth, and I put them on Substack. And I guess that would also work in general But then since I decided that in general, I don't want to be on Twitter anymore specifically for now. You never know how the platform changes in the future. But for now, I
Right.
just most potential in Substack. So I go all in, just learn the platform, which I figured out until now. The writing, how to write for attention, I already learned it on Twitter, and just go all in Substack and don't make it too complicated with multiple different platforms. And that just
Right.
gets like mess into the head, but just to
Right.
focus on one platform.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I preach. I tell everybody to focus on one platform, and yeah, that's it. All right. So tell us, Timo, a little bit about if you don't mind sharing, like what are you selling right now? How's your profitable profit? I don't have the word, but how's your revenue situation? What are you making? Stuff like that. Share some juice.
Yes. So I'm happy to share what's actually happening in the business. So I guess the best point from where to start was a few months. Uh, like I did the whole Twitter thing. It went really well. I got a lot of traffic and converted that traffic into sales. And I was, without doing any extra launches or so, I always had the minimum of like 300, 400, $500 per month just from passive traffic. Like I just did my Twitter content and got the passive traffic. So I just had like very comfortable $500 a month. And then there was like a Twitter algorithm change. And that's like one big risk. So the Twitter algorithm changed or I got shadow banned. I don't know.
Or
But for
something
some,
else. Yeah, right. So algorithm changes, but you cannot change the algorithm for the email, right? There's no algorithm. You just send email. So that's another good point for Substack. Yeah,
yeah.
keep going.
So that's when I looked into Substack and into just I didn't look first. I didn't look for Substack. I just knew, okay, the Twitter algorithm is going up and down in phases. But what I always had is my email subscribers. Now
Mhm.
I already did like emails to my subscribers, and all the products I launched, I did them over email. And so I was just looking, okay, what is the best way to grow my email subscribers? So I looked into like the general ideas, for example, list swaps. Like I just look for other creators, mostly on Twitter, that also do email marketing. And then I just ask them for list swaps. So they I send an email to their audience and they can send an email to my audience. And in this way we grow because we exchange subscribers in a way. But it was not that easy to do because not everybody on Twitter had an email list.
Mhm.
So then I found out about Substack and I saw, okay, if I'm in the Substack network, no matter who I talk to, I can do a list swap in any way you want to do it. So, or another very big thing, where I see like the most leverage when it comes to uh, product launch or like just products in general is affiliate marketing in the sense of getting partners for your launch. So what I once I had the Notion template, the content creator HQ. No, it was something else. It was a info product for how to grow on Twitter and how to grow on Threads. And
Yeah.
I mean, Twitter and Threads is very similar. They're very similar platforms, just the algorithm is different, but I mean from the content format. So I teamed up with a creator friend of mine, Tadeas. He has like 15,000 or 20,000 followers on Threads. So it worked really well for him. And I was like the Twitter guy and he was the Threads guy. And we created like a 30-day email course for for both platforms. How to we just teach the content formats, and then we just said, yeah, basically you can post it on both platforms and you can see what works better. And we did a whole course on that. And our and we just did a basic email launch for this email course. And our audiences, we got like a few sales, but we knew, okay, we wanted to leverage partners because we see the most potential in leveraging partners. So I reached out to a bunch of people and asked them, hey, you want to join this launch of the 1,000 follower blueprint? You get an affiliate code and you get 50% of all the revenue. And then it was basically just a funnel. Like I asked, I don't know, 30 people, and at the end, 10 people agreed. it was all not massive like it was not people with a massive list. So it didn't end up for that many sales, all the partners, and especially with cutting off the 50% that the affiliate gets, and then also splitting it in half again because it was me and Tadeas. So we did 50-50 again. But I managed to get one big partner on the line. I don't know. Do you know Chris Osikowski?
No.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
search for him on Twitter right now.
Yeah. So he's like a very big guy when it comes to email marketing.
How do
And
you write his name? Chris.
Chris, I just put it in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Continue.
That's yeah. And he's like a very big guy in the email marketing scene. And what I just did, he was just on my email list, and I just asked him if he would be interested. And he just said yes. So he sent like an email about that topic, like growing on social media with AI, to his list. I think he got like 13,000 subscribers, but it's not just like customers, it's a lot of business owners. So because he talks mostly on a business owner level, so it's like 13,000 subscribers of people that have a good amount of money. So most of the sales actually just came from his email.
Hmm.
So like my list didn't make that much money on the 1,000 follower blueprint launch, and Tadea's list didn't make that much money. But just from this one affiliate, it had a very solid list. We turned the launch from a potential flop into like something successful, and we made like a few $100 just in a few days, which was really nice. And it was now,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to add to that how important good partnerships are. Dominic says that he knows Chris. Did you have any contact with him, Dominic? Um, so yeah. Anyways, what I was saying is great partnerships are very valuable. So I have a partnership with someone. I will reveal some numbers, so I will not say his name. But like we started partnering like a few months ago, and he already made, I think, from sales to WriteStack, he made a few $1,000s. Just this guy publishing to his folks and getting traffic to WriteStack, right? Promoting WriteStack. He has his own affiliate link. I gave special promotion for his people, but just one affiliate brought in like $1,000 of monthly recurring revenue, and that's crazy, right? From one person, and it keeps growing. And I mean, that's specifically the best partnership that I ever had. Yeah, in the lifespan of WriteStack, but I had other partnerships. But the thing is, good partnerships can really turn your product, your whatever you sell, can really turn it around. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but, the way you said it is it like an evergreen partnership, or was it like a type of one-time partnership? Like
no,
you
no. So
promote
like,
content, or
and affiliate partnerships. I don't have any real partnership that I split the revenue. I just have affiliate partners.
yeah, but I mean, in case of him being an affiliate partner, is it like that it's a reoccurring thing because, for example, he has the
Yeah.
promotion from email automation? Ah,
Yeah. So he really likes the product. He uses it himself. And so we made a deal that he gets a certain percentage from all the revenue that he brings in, and like the people that he brings in get a special offer, like not in terms of discount, but like they get 30 days instead of 7, and yeah.
but the way he promotes it, just for my basic understanding, is he just has a email automation, and
No, no,
every
no. He has a community, and he's a beast marketer. I mean, every time I listen to him, I learn so much. I mean, maybe he doesn't care that I share it. Maybe he does. I don't know. I'll ask him, and then maybe next live I will share his name as well. But every time that I listen to him, every time that he talks, I mean, I learn so much from listening to him.
Okay, but I still don't understand how is he sharing RightStack? Like, has he a page on the community, or how is he actually giving it to his
So
audience in this
so
ever quick way?
so when he talks, like he has live stream or whatever it is, he plugs in WriteStack every now and then. He puts it in his messages that he sends his community, like everywhere he can. He just plugs it in places that it's relevant.
I like he's just actively talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I guess it makes sense when he uses it himself, he just talks about the things he uses.
Exactly. And he gets recurring revenue, right? So it's not like he sells it once and that's it. Everybody that keeps subscribe, everybody who comes from him, and he still subscribers still sends him money. So
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I mean, you have any I mean, since I hear it's working really well for you, you have any strategy or plan on how to leverage this type of partnership more in the future?
right now, I think it's very good the way it works. The way what I'm thinking is to create more of that, and the way that I make more of these partnerships is I send direct messages to big creators. That's how I got my biggest partnerships. So I just send direct messages to big creators. 90% of them do not reply. Those who reply, most of them just say that they're not interested, like in try and write stack. Because what I do is I send them a direct message. I present write stack in a nice way. And then if they like it, I offer them something. And if they don't, then they don't. And yeah, maybe one in 100 direct messages is trying WriteStack, all right? Not talking about partnership, but trying WriteStack. So yeah,
Yes.
it's
So you
difficult.
see it as a strategy that's worth it or not?
I think that it's worth it. Yeah, definitely, because even if I get one in two or 300 direct messages, one big partnership every month can be can be crazy. All right, I'll tell you what I was thinking as I was growing on WriteStack. I just want to reply to Dominic. He said, "No, I don't have his contact. I'm on his list. He's a big name in email marketing besides Ben Settle, Ian Stanley, etc." Wow, I don't know these guys. Maybe I should look into them.
Yeah, you will learn a lot.
I will. I will. So yeah. Anyways, what I was saying is, you know how they say like growth starts slow and then suddenly it just explodes, right? So the way that it works is in the beginning you have a tiny group of people who use your product or bought from you or know you, and then as it grows, so does your loyal fans and people who talk about you, right? And then when you hit some sort of a critical mass, let's call it, that people talk about you, then let's say you have 200 people, then 50 people talk about you and share it with their friends, and then these people share it with their friends, and then it like grows crazy. All right. So for me, it happened around 150 subscribers. I hit 150 subscribers on WriteStack, and then suddenly it just blew up.
And how long
Right.
did it take you to get 150?
Um, I think so. It happened on around December, and I started WriteStack on February. So 10 months.
Oh, and from then, how fast did the explosion go? How
So
explosive was the
yeah.
explosion?
So it's I wish I could share my screen and show you, but like let's say that from December till now, the growth is 1000%. So like, oh no, it's from the beginning. So on December 1st, I was on close to 3,000 monthly recurring revenue, and right now I'm on 7,300.
Very nice.
Yeah, so
But
like almost triple. Not close, but yeah.
yeah, but to get back about the partnership, what I just wanted to ask is, do you have any general CTA for becoming an affiliate for RightStack?
Yeah, so everybody can become an affiliate on RightStack.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. I mean, the one way is to outreach to big people manually, and just what makes sense in general to just have an affiliate set up to join manually. And I mean, maybe you get some smaller affiliate marketers, but also potentially, the more and more your SaaS grows, the more potentially big creators could discover you through this, and then they
Yeah.
maybe text you and ask for an exclusive deal. I don't know.
Exactly. That's a good idea, actually. Maybe I can add in the direct messages that I send an affiliate offer, a special affiliate offer for that creator. It depends on how big they are.
Yeah,
Mm.
and to turn a bridge from affiliate for products to Substack growth, because there's one feature where uh, to me it feels like it's not working that well. Not in my case, I didn't try it out, but just because I don't see a lot of other creators leverage it. Because I'm sure you're aware of the aff- affiliate feature for getting Substack subscribers, that you
Right.
have your newsletter and you can say, okay, here, dear reader, here's an affiliate link. And if you get me 5 subscribers, you get a gift. Like, for example, you get a product for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
And that's something when I started off Substack, I was discovering all types of features and just looking into it. But it doesn't seem that anybody really uses that feature or like leverages that feature. You think it's not working, or what's your do you have any experience with that feature?
So I think it's just not worth it, right? So if I to get paid subscribers is hard as it is, right? And then to bring paid subscribers to someone else, I mean, just for 1 month free, it's just not worth it. If they would give like a certain percentage of the revenue that came in, that would be more exciting for people, right? So if I could bring in, if I know a big newsletter, that could make that's also problematic, because if I know a big newsletter that's working, I can just publish it everywhere, and then the big creators will grow bigger and the smaller creators will just stay small, because everybody will want to promote the bigger creators because it's easier to get them to get paid subscribers to them.
Yeah, but from how I know the feature, it's not just about paid subscribers, right? Like, it's also works for free subscribers.
Really,
Like,
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it's just if you bring me subscribers, I can give you a reward. And then they have these reward tiers, right? Because in the beginning, I set it up to say like, okay, if you bring me 5 subscribers that are not paid, just free, because I don't do the paid stuff, I just get free subscribers. If you get me
Hmm.
5 free subscribers, you get my $25 product for free. Then if you get me 10 free subscribers, you get my $50 product for free. And that's the way I set up the tiers when I was just starting on Substack and had no idea. And then, I mean, on the one side, I didn't get any free subscribers from this affiliate plan because at this point I didn't have an audience. But also, as I was researching other people growing on Substack, I saw nobody using this feature. So I thought, I guess it's not that important, and it just takes space on my homepage, which I could use for something that give readers more value. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it also works for free subscribers. It's not about paid subscribers since I don't have that enabled.
Yeah, all right, maybe. Uh, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm not. I don't have anything like that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get people to get subscribers, and then maybe they get a free month on WriteStack. That could be an
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, it's very interesting, and specifically since I'm so into Substack growth, I'm always looking into like making interesting experiments and like just see if they work or not. But just I'm doing some Substack growth experiment and I'm documenting it and then publishing it as an article. And I had like a bunch of different ideas. I mean, my first experiment I already posted. It was not that special. It was just like I posted like 10 notes a week, and then I just uh, 10x that, so that every day I post the amount I post in a week. So instead of posting 10 notes a week, I posted 10 notes a day. And then I just did this experiment. Afterwards, looked at the stats and then took just thought, okay, was it worth it? Was it not worth it? How is it helping? Should you do the same? And then I just published it as an article. And like the solution I came to was that uh, it's nice to try it out. Like everybody should try out just like a quantity experiment with the notes. But my conclusion was that the notes themselves are not what ended up bringing me more subscribers, but that the notes were just a discovery engine. And through posting
Exactly.
so many notes, I got so many eyes on my site. But then after they came onto my site, I needed good articles. And then my good articles, my value that I provided through more long form articles, long form pieces, turned these note scrollers into loyal subscribers of my newsletter.
Yeah. One more thing that's important to optimize is your profile, right? So you need to have a good banner and you need to have a good bio. So when I open your profile, I see exactly what you talk about, and if that's something that interests me, then I'll subscribe. Right? So that's how we look at it. The notes are the top of the funnel that gets people into your profile, and then from the profile, they decide if they want to subscribe or not. Some of them will go into your newsletter and read some stuff, but like most of them will first hit your profile and then leave or subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, one specific experiment I'm running, but just by myself right now, just trying to figure out what's behind it,
Mm.
is using notes, but using notes specifically to drive traffic to one article. So what I just do internally, I write an article and then I use AI to turn the article and the value I share in the articles into like notes. And then what I did in the past was I just posted these notes as standalone notes, and then the funnel starts and people go from the notes to my profile to my articles. And what I start trying out at the end of January, where I don't have a certain conclusion yet, is instead of just repurposing the article into a note and then posting the note, I always link to the original article. So for example, I did how to sales. And then I turned this article into multiple notes. And instead of just posting the note, I also link to the article so that they can directly click from the note to the article. Because if they read a note about Gumroad, they will be interested in Gumroad and they will also be interested in a Gumroad article. And then what I just trying to figure out right now is if this converts better than just having the standalone note to have, yeah.
So, so I think that it converts better based on my experience. So, the thing about okay, so that's something that people don't understand about these types of notes. So people think that these types of notes are all about engagement because people are looking for engagement on their notes. But the thing about these notes is the clicks. So how many clicks you got? Because that's your point. You want to drive traffic into your newsletter. And so people who clicked that picture of your newsletter, the thumbnail that got them to the newsletter, will probably not engage with that note because they'll either engage with the newsletter or they didn't like the piece that you put out and they'll just continue scrolling on Substack. So what you need to measure when you put out these types of notes, where you put a preview to your article, is how many clicks you got, not how many likes or subscribers or comments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I really don't see a lot of people using notes like this. Like so many people, they just post notes. But even if they potentially have an article where they talk about the exact topic they talk about in the note, they don't link to it.
right.
Like I now do it a lot and I'm testing it out. And from the data I have from the end of January, I don't have a conclusion that where the data says, okay, this is better than just the note standalone. So I will just trying it out. But I mean, I
Mhm.
have the same logic as you. It makes sense. But just
Yeah.
until now, my data doesn't confirm our theory. Maybe
Yeah.
you have data about it.
So it's funny, everything that you talked until now that you're doing manually is done automatically on WriteStack. So you have all the statistics that you're talking about, like graphs that show you over time, your clicks, your likes, your comments, restacks, all the engagement that you have in a graph. So what I do is I put out I also play with the amount of notes that I put out. I started with 1 to 2 notes, then I ramped it up to 3, then 5, then 7, then 10, and now
Per
I'm
day,
back
you
to
mean?
7 per
7
day.
per day. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what I saw is that the engagement grew as I put out more content. Like it it stopped growing in between 3 to 7, but when I put out 7 every day, it started growing. And then when I put out 10, it really grew like tremendously. And then it sort of fizzled out over the weeks. And so what I'm trying right now is getting back to 7 notes per day. Maybe some change in the algorithm or anything like that. But like I can see the trends um, right in a graph. I don't need to do anything. So it really helps me figure out if what I'm doing is right or wrong. Um, yeah.
Yeah. So you say you figured out a certain sweet point of notes per day. And
Hmm.
from what you see from the current data, is that the sweet point is changing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What I'm seeing right now, so oh, it's a shame I cannot share really. I really want to share my screen and show what I'm talking about. But generally, what I see is that there was a big jump in engagement when I started putting out 10 notes per day. And then, like I said, it fizzled out. I started putting out 7 notes per day. And it's even lower right now. So maybe I should go back to the 10 per day. But, like, yeah. And it seems like Sunday is the worst day by far for me. Every time. Sunday, I get s I barely get any engagement on Sundays.
Okay, but just to have the number in the head, what was the old sweet spot of notes per day?
So it really changes. I don't think there is a sweet spot for that. I used to, but not anymore because the more notes I put out, the more engagement I get, right? But I didn't see any big difference between 5 notes per day and 3 notes per day. I didn't see any big jump in engagement.
Okay, but the
So,
basic idea is the more you post, the more traffic.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
is the curve going like this, or is the curve going like this?
The curve is going like this. Like, it's not
Ah,
linear, but it's not hyper growth as well. Like, it's just um, I don't know the name of that shape of
yeah,
the graph, like
I'm also not
parabol,
good with
whatever.
geometry.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. What? Anyways, it goes like, and it seems like it will stop at one point because I know people who put out 24 notes per day, like 1 note every hour, and then it just sort of hits a limit at one point, and then they just it either stays there for a few days and then it just fizzles out or something like that. But like, yeah,
Okay, yeah, makes
yeah,
sense, right?
yeah,
I just know the person that posts like the most on social media from the people I studied was like Alex Hormozy, and he has like crazy quantity of. I mean, he's not on Substack, but like crazy quantity from like a tweet every hour or every 2 hours. But like the crazy thing is, but he has like a social a marketing team. Is that he does it on like every big platform. So yeah, that's like next level.
and also his content is really good, right? He's not. I heard him talking a lot, and what he says is that every time he has something to say from a meeting, from anything that he does, he just posted it on Twitter. He doesn't even
Yeah,
think about it. So he has a lot of things to say every day. Some days he doesn't even put out notes, but generally his tweets are very, very good.
yeah,
And
definitely.
like you said, he has a marketing team that does a lot of things for him. I think the tweets he does himself, or at least he writes them and then his team publishes it. But
Yeah, I mean, I read I saw the documentary about his $100 book launch, and it was
yeah,
very interesting. He said that he wrote the whole book himself. Like, he
yeah,
has such a big team, but he wrote the whole book himself. I think that's very interesting to to think about it. And he has this whole team, like they could do it for him, or he could just give the outline, but that he actually wrote the book word for word. That was a very fascinating fact that I remember about the documentary.
yeah. Alex Ramosi is a beast. He's the David Goggins of business.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Thank you so
cool.
much for having me, Orel. It was a very
Yeah,
nice life.
it was a pleasure. I love that. We should do more of that. It's very interesting to talk to you, man. You have a lot of
Yeah,
things to
and I
share.
mean now with OBS we have so many features, right? We
Yeah,
can do so
yeah,
many new things.
yep. I hope they will improve it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Timo. Thank you, everybody, for joining. All
Bye
right. Bye
bye.
bye. Have a great day.